I'm Di Jones from Alchemy 2 Business Consultants, and today I wanted to talk to you about leadership and performance of teams. Now, how many of you have said, I don't have the right team, or my team aren't performing, or all I need is to get these people up to speed? Well, I'm going to say something a little bit controversial to you right now, and that is that there are no bad teams, they're only bad leaders. Now, that's not a criticism of those who are starting their leadership journey. It's the simple fact is that as leaders, we are responsible for how our people perform and the way in which we empower them to do that. So I'll give you an example. If any of you have an employee who works at another business, so imagine you have a casual and they work for another company as well. Take some time and go and ask them, what is their perception of what it's like to work for both of those companies? And they'll tell you a little bit about what the difference between the culture of the organisations is, and particularly about the difference between the leadership. So that means you're going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly on both sides of the coin, where that person's been working and why they have the perception that they do. Now remember, perception is 9/10 reality. So while we might feel that we're doing a good job as a leader, if our people are experiencing something different at a different business, then they're going to operate differently for you than they do for someone else. Now, a great example of that was one I heard from the good old Simon Sinek, who is a master at all things leadership. He was talking to a barista who was really cheery, really happy, just absolutely, a joy to deal with. He made Simon feel like he should tip him 100%, and it made it feel like he wanted to keep coming back to buy coffees at that particular barista bar. But he asked the guy, what is it about working here that you love so much? And the fellow said, I just really like the fact that the managers come by and ask me how I'm going, what they can do to help me. Is there anything that they need to do to make my job easier, to make the things that I'm doing flow better for our customers? And he said it's not just the direct line manager, it was any manager at any level of the organisation had a habit of connecting with every employee in that business that made that particular employee, that barista, feel valued, supported, and important to everybody who walked past. He then recounted that he worked somewhere else where the culture was completely different. And that culture was that the managers in that business were constantly looking for fault with his work. So his behaviour changed, that he said, I keep my head down, get my job done, just to get my paycheck. So we're dealing with the same person, the same capabilities, the same experience, the same methods that they could employ to deal with your customers. But this person chose to operate differently the two different jobs they were doing. Why? Because of the way the leadership treated him, which enabled him to be more true and authentic in what he was doing. So just a tidbit, just something to think about. Have a think. If you'd like more information on that, feel free to reach out to us. Cheers.